Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. First things first, let's equip an officer. Someone commented on the last episode that I had basically been going around with one empty officer slot the entire time. So I think we'll go for the Analytical Princess. The other thing that I'm going to say is that my recording software has just deleted all of its settings. And I can't seem to get it to work as well as it used to, so this video may look a bit crap. Seems to be the way. I've been messing around a bit, which is why I've got more fuel and stuff, because I kind of already started this episode, and then had to start again, because it didn't work. It was jumping around like an absolute idiot. So, there we go. My plan, we have 7,000 sovereigns. So we could go back to London and upgrade our manor house. But then that is going to use an awful lot of our money, so we may just have a look, see if there's any, like, I've forgotten what they're called again. Prospects? No. Prospects? Is it prospects? Might be prospects. I don't know. My brain is completely fried. I've just spent, like, half an hour trying to get this so it'll record properly. And it might still look like rubbish, but I'm running out of time. Inside baseball is that, it's supposed to come out in about an hour, so I've got to render this. I've got to edit this, render this, and upload this all in an hour. This is going to be late. But hopefully all of you are doing okay. The coronavirus is still going, as always. It's been about, how long's it been now? 2 months or so? And I'm still in quarantine, but I'm coming near the end of my quarantine period, which means things kind of go back to normal, or I get to brave the outside world. Try not to catch any horrendous diseases. Oh, hello, what's this? Vacant habitations moulder here. Another of Albion's failed expansions. Our workshops or industries that proved irrelevant in the heavens. Let's repair our home. Wonderful. That saves me some money right there. Luckily we haven't come across any flukes or guests. They're still my least favourite enemies in this goddamn game. Hey, it appears to be recording okay, which probably means the quality is going to be rubbish. Because every time I tried to put it on the settings that I would normally use, it kept coming up with encoder overloaded. People who don't know what that means, it basically means that the software can't keep up with the amount of frames on the screen, so it skips frames and jumps and basically makes it a very unpleasant experience to watch. And I've never experienced it with Sunless Skies, and I've done hundreds of episodes, so I don't know what has suddenly changed. Other than the software forgetting all of its settings. There must be something I did months ago, years ago, that made it so it just never was a problem, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. How frustrating! Because it's not like Sunless Skies is a very intensive game. Let's be honest. It's a bunch of 2D sprites. Ooh, graveyard. Well, 2D, are they 3D sprites? I don't actually know. Is this a 3D environment? Because I mean, it very well could be. Humble wooden coffins pepper the sky here. This is a bully's Acre, a pauper's graveyard. There is little room for the dead in London. We have a 100% chance to do this one. Break open a coffin. You take your least scrupulous signaller out onto the footplate. You bring no lanterns, relying on your sight and distant sunlight that scintillates off a few broken fragments of glass nearby. Soon enough, a promising coffin of pleasing bulk passes by, close enough to touch. Deft work with the coal shovel brings it aboard. You break it open in your cabin, inside the waxen face of a newly dead auditor. Who bothers to bury an auditor in state? Within his stiffening fingers, the favoured poetry of the Empress. So we got one Ministry Approved Literature. Wonderful. Never say no to free stuff. We are going to need quite a lot of money coming up, I think. Especially for the wealth ambition. The biggest problem is if I suddenly spend all of my money and I need fuel and I have no money, it's going to make me cry. Let's get into London here. Hopefully there's nothing nasty. There's still things for the ambition that I have no idea how to get as well. Pretty sure we need Favour of the Queen or some rubbish like that. I don't even know how to go about doing that, so that could be interesting to try and work out. Now let's go in the green one. I believe it took me so long to work out that the green one was the one with the knock-in. There we go. Oh, I actually forgot about that. Sequencer's charity. He wanted me to deliver it to London, so let's go. Dispose of the Sequencer's well-intentioned package. The dazzled Sequencer, the Clockwork Sun, asked you to deliver a package to the needy. It was a bunch of guns for the orphanage, wasn't it, or something? The dazzled Sequencer, the Clockwork Sun, has asked you to deliver, blah blah blah. Deliver the Sequencer's care package. London produces industrial quantities of orphans, and they are stored in orphanages, while awaiting export to a work world. Upon opening your parcel, the orphans let loose a loud cheer. A forest of hands appears, grabbing at rusted revolvers and ornate flintlock pistols. Now, now, children, urges the governess to the orphans, utter indifference. A second cheer goes up as they discover that the pistols are loaded. Oh God! Oh, wonderful. Really should recruit the clay conductor. Let's do this. A hulking clay man in a heavy coat stands on the platform. The clay men were the underclass in old London. Very few of them came to the skies. This one holds an urn to his chest. You're a captain. You can perform rich funeral rites, he says, nodding to the urn in his arms. Then I want to travel. He pauses for a long moment, and then, as if feeling something more might be expected, I could help out on your engine. Okay, well, all he wants is 3 sky stories. We can do that. Oh, it didn't scroll. Wait for a second, I'm just putting my glasses on. I forgot. I was like, that's very blurry. You ask the conductor where he would like to hold the ceremony. He looks about confused, as though he hadn't expected the question. At last, he comes to a conclusion. Here will do, he says, indicating the crowded thoroughfare. You and a few of the more respectable of your crew gather for a brief funeral. Everyone has at least something in black. You offer the expected phrasings before pausing for the eulogy. The clay conductor shakes his head. You do it, he grunts. Okay, we'll say a few words. You're sure you can extemporize something? You render up a bounty of platitudes, benign wishes to the beyond, and maudlin remembrances of departed friends. The conductor frowns, stoningly, realizing he needs to give you at least something to work with. He could sing, he manages. You work a line about a man of clay with the voice of an angel into the eulogy. The conductor seems satisfied. Where's your engine? I'm ready to assume my duties. The conductor picks up the urn and heads off in the direction you point. How intriguing. So, do we have any prospects here? Bronzewood for the Parliament. Oh no, I'm trying to save my bronzewood. But that's a really good one. Because we also have quite a lot of bronzewood. But I was saving it for the relay. That's the word I'm after. What else is there? Gemstones for the mausoleum. Do we have 5 Navarantine gemstones? We do. Okay, let's do that one, because that one is worth a lot. Both of them are worth a lot. I could just do them both. Right. We can always get more wood. Money's more important right now. Oh god, what am I doing? Bank. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need to make sure that we have enough fuel. Okay. So, we need to go to the Floating Parliament and the Mausoleum. Let's go to the Floating Parliament first. But let's have a chat to our new member of the crew. The Clay Conductor. The Clay Conductor has taken a berth in the back of your locomotive. He has made no attempt to personalize his cabin. All of his things, including the urn, with his friend's dust, are stuffed into a suitcase that sits forlornly on the floor. He performs his duties with plodding diligence. He keeps up the maintenance of the engine, ensures things run as you would wish them to, and ostensibly looks after the crew. He does not socialize, and when not working, he keeps to his bunk. Spend time with the Clay Conductor. Perhaps he would appreciate a visit from his captain. No one else talks to him. Yes? He doesn't look up from a large volume of sheet music, slow hymns like the drift of continents made from the melody of plate-shifting earthquakes. You attempt to engage him in conversation. He responds to this with reluctance. He is content, for the moment. His days have been tolerable. No, he does not need anything. When you eventually give up and make to go, he seems relieved. We can restore his voice with a gourd of nectar. Do we have a gourd of nectar? We have a single gourd of nectar. Let's do that. Restore the Clay Conductor's voice. You overheard him attempting to sing, but he gave up quickly. His voice was gravelly and out of practice. Nectar might help lubricate the vocal cords. The Clay Conductor fetches a spoon and several lumps of sugar. He mashes the lumps into the honey, then gargles the concoction. When he is done, you wrangle a little of his past from him. The Clay Conductor was in the clay choir. His dead companion was a very talented clay chorister. I have hopes of finding someone with a good voice again. One cannot be a chorus alone. I've heard tell of a clay man in the most serene mausoleum. The Clay Conductor tails off, clearly desiring your assistance but unsure how to formulate the question. He stares at his feet instead. Ooh, he wants to go to the mausoleum. Well, isn't that lucky? That's exactly where we're going after we've been to the Parliament. Uh-oh. That's fine. Oh god. No, it's not. Okay, yes it is. We're in control. It's all good. I can drive. Nothing to worry about. Right, what's the quickest way to the Barbs and... not Barbs and World? It was just in the middle of the screen. I read that. The floating Parliament. I guess we just go this way. Go Parliaments. Do they sell fuel? Or supplies? We might be cutting this a little bit fine with the old fuel. Oh well, as long as we cut it and we don't get in any combat, we should be okay, I think. Well, safe to say the recording looks like it's still recording okay. Yeah, I'm paranoid now. I'm paranoid it's all going to fall apart. Problem with like games like this is if one of my episodes is rubbish and I do loads of things, you're kind of missing out on stuff. It's like that time when my microphone broke. That was probably the funniest episode I've ever made. Also one of the most frustrating I've ever made. Just knowing that my voice was rubbish throughout the entire thing. I don't even know if you could understand what I was saying. I think you could just about hear it, but I sounded like a robot. Ugh, God. I've had some fun times on YouTube, haven't I? Over the years. I've been thinking about doing Twitch streaming, which sounds silly because I do YouTube streaming. But Twitch streaming seems to be a little bit more engaging. I don't know. Like YouTube, people come to watch it. Like people who know me come to watch me, which is brilliant. And I appreciate every second of it. But like on Twitch, I've been spending a lot of time on Twitch. You seem to get a lot more people roaming around just looking at new things all the time. Whereas on YouTube, it seems to just be... I don't know if YouTube just doesn't handle the streaming element as well as Twitch does, which would make sense because Twitch has been around a lot longer than YouTube when it comes to streaming. They kind of just tacked it on at the end, didn't they? Oh no, it's a crystalline dreadnought. No, it's not. Yep. Oh, God, bloody hell, he goes quick, doesn't he? Excuse me. I'm leaving now. No, we're good. Yeah, I may try Twitch streaming at some point. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to Twitch, you see. I barely know what I'm doing when it comes to YouTube. But if anyone has any ideas on that, please let me know. Not entirely sure how I'd tell the people on YouTube that I'm streaming on Twitch. Who knows? But if I do, I'll make a video of it, I suppose. I'll record it either way and probably put it on YouTube. That's just free content right there. In fact, if I did it on Twitch, I could cut it up into manageable parts rather than having the big 5-hour streams that I have on my channel now. Anyone who watches those, like, you have my utmost respect. All I'm saying. It's all well and good watching them when they're live, but going back and watching the video after the fact is just like, wow. My god, that's a lot of content. Most of it, especially if it's Sea of Thieves, most of it is just sailing, with nothing going on other than us talking. But now we've done all the tall tales, I don't think we are going to be doing Sea of Thieves anytime soon. I think a few of the members of the crew want to take a break from streaming, so it'll be back to just me streaming for a while, which could be nice. Could try a few new games, something different. Not entirely sure what. Might continue with Subnautica. Probably going to continue with Subnautica, because at least if I finish that, I can do something else. I have the Lone Dark. That's something else I'm interested in. What else do I have? Basically anything and everything. I really badly want to do a Dark Souls series. Or stream or something where I go through it all, because I adore that game. I could always revisit Bloodborne at some point, because my original Bloodborne series is kind of bad. Who knew noise gates were so important when making videos? Having background PlayStation noise and computer noise makes the videos not that great. And here we are at the floating parliament. Shops, bazaar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sell. That's a lot of money right there. Wonderful. Do I want to buy the caddies of dried tea? Not really. We've got absolutely crap loads of it. How much fuel do we have? 3. It's a very long way to go. But I think we can do it. Because we've got 3 and what's in the tank. I think we'll be okay. We'll be going past Big Ben as well. Hello. The half-glass passenger. Since he boarded your train, the empty silence has started to get on your crew's nerves. What kind of man doesn't even sit to play a round of cards when asked? Isn't he bored? All he wants to do is stare out of the windows. Worse, he still hasn't told you where he wants to go. The crew are starting to worry he's a permanent addition. Okay, let's approach him. He turns to you, chewing his words. Finally, he spits them out. I have a confession. I miss the light of the sun. He avoids your gaze. I miss the pain of its touch. I miss the songs in my head. But I won't go back. Won't give them the satisfaction. So I want you to shatter me, break me into 1,000 glittering pieces, and let me bathe in the sun's light. I love the way that the first option is just fetch your hammer. The empty closes his eyes and in something like relief. Or there must be another way. The sun is an addiction. Perhaps the empty can be rehabilitated. I'm not going to smash the man into 1,000 pieces. There is a place called Carillion where devils help antagonized souls find healing. Perhaps they can help the empty recover from his dependence on the sun. It has to be better than being smashed to splinters. After much persuasion, he finally agrees to give it a try. Carillion will shatter me sure as the hammer, he says. The difficult part comes after. The repair. Yeah, I'm not just going to kill the man. That seems woefully unnecessary. Oh my god, okay. That night, your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. Yeah, no wonder we've just seen a glass man. Your dream of falling. It's a common dream here. The fogs that bedevil the high wilderness are thick about you, and through them, below, you see something stir. A beast, a behemoth, almost a dragon, almost a whale, almost a continent. It gnaws on the roots of heaven, and all the fogs of the wilderness are in its streaming breath. Its maws open wide as the gulf between stars. Okay. We have a 75% chance. Just have nothing happen. There we go. The terror has fallen. You find someone in the galley. They couldn't sleep either. You exchange a bleary greeting, a stiff pot of tea, and a conversation about the overflow valves. Already, your dream seems distant and silly. Perfect. Oop. Oh god, something there. Excuse me. No, oh, get off. Yeah, perfect. We're about to come up on Big Ben. Or the Tower of London, I suppose. No, not the Tower of London. That's another place completely. The Tower of London. Westminster Tower? I can't remember what the name of bloody... Big Ben's the bell. What's the name of the tower? Oh man, I'm tired. Like I said, my brain's fried today. I'm not doing very well. I didn't record anything yesterday. I just... Ugh, hard to just concentrate with all this rubbish going on around me. Oh no, go away. Evasive maneuvers? You can go as quick as me. Well, isn't that annoying? Oh my frickin' god. Definitely rocking the evasive maneuvers right there. No combat. I refuse. We spent a lot of time in Albion. Wait, did I? No, I didn't even go near it. I went around the... I'm just going to call it Big Ben. I went around Big Ben. Whoops. Probably could have used that to lower my terror. Okay, we're almost there. I achieved something monumentous on Fallen London yesterday. And I am going to talk about it, damn it. It's taken me months. I finally managed to get my reservation at the Royal Bethlehem for 40,000 prisoners' honey, drops of prisoners' honey. That took me months. Months of grinding in Ale Garden. I finally got it, a 4-card house. I'm so happy with myself. Taken me so long. And it's so cool. And there you go. That's it. That's all I had to say, really. I just thought it was an achievement in itself. There's probably better ways of going about getting it. More prisoners' honey and stuff. But as far as I could see, it was the only way that was just easily repeatable. But because it took 2 actions per go, it just sucked up all my energy. And all my actions, I should say. And meant that I could only do it about twice a day and get a few hundred prisoners' honey every day. And there's a 50-50 chance that I wasn't just going to get relics of the second city or whatever they were. I was like, oh god. I remember one day I had 20 actions, which means it was 2 a time, so you know, 10 times. All 10 times were frickin' relics. I was like, ah. Ooh, this will reduce our terror. Let's pay our respects. Reduce our terror. Keep it low. Now, I am aware that my terror, at some point, I'm going to have to start raising my terror, because some things only happen or have effects on when you have certain levels of terror. My obsession with keeping my terror as low as possible, it's a very safe way of playing the game. It means you can withstand a lot of terror. But it also means that I don't see things as the game is intended as such. It's like Sunless Skies for me is... I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm constantly getting loads of terror and stuff, and I'm seeing loads of things that you would see with the terror. But for this, because I kind of know things and know how to get around things, and I've been playing it for so long, I'm quite good at keeping my terror low. And like my resources high and stuff like that. Oh dear, I took a wrong turn. This way. So one day I am going to have to just kind of lay off the whole terror thing, but I am kind of worried about terror because of the whole insta-kill dice rolls where you just fail if you raise your terror or your nightmares. I hear missiles. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to come here, I'm going to drop off the gems, and then we're going to do the clay conductor stuff, and then I will end the episode probably. Not been a very exciting episode, but if I actually want this to come out on time, I don't have much of a choice. It's going to be really close anyway, I think, because the internet across the United Kingdom is just buggered right now, so uploading stuff is just hard. Downloading stuff, hard. Right. Ooh, let's attend a funeral. Let's attend a deathless funeral. Terror has fallen. And this 100 times. Let's just get rid of that. Right. Shops. Bazaar. Let's give them the gemstones. Look at how much money that is. Holy crap, we've got 10 grand. We also get something else, don't we? Oh, yeah, we got a bonus of 100 sovereigns. Don't really need those souls. Okay, to the Nave. Search for a Clayman. Oh, let's write a port report while we're here as well. Probably should have wrote a port report when I went to Parliament, but oh well. Search for a Clayman. The most serene mausoleum is full of mourners. Tourists and aristocrats seeking to reconcile themselves with death one way or another. The Claymen are conspicuous in their absence. The Clay Conductor lumbers gloomingly along the mourners, searching fruitlessly for someone who resembles himself. Eventually, the cheery register appears. "I'm sorry," she tells you. "Your friend is making people miserable." You explain your situation, and she relents. After a brief consideration of those interred in the mausoleum, she suggests that you seek an audience with the engraved mourner, a man of polished marble. He is one of the Deathless. You need to gain favour of the Deathless through meeting them in the mausoleum. Yes, I think I may actually have what I need here. Approach the Deathless. Here we go. Yeah, we have 6 favours. Consult the engraved mourner. A man of alabaster and marble, cold and ancient as an antique statue. Might he have an interest in the clay choir? The engraved mourner consents to a meeting in his many pillared chambers. You sit on couches of blue stone and drink wine in ivory cups. The conductor hunches, his form far heavier than the furniture can support, while the mourner reclines elegantly upon his divan. After polite introductions, the conductor demands, "Why do you look so different?" The mourner smiles. "I was built for a purpose, to guide, to shepherd, to travel. It was deemed I should be pleasing to the eye and ear. Now you wanted to hear me sing?" His singing is sombre and cold and sad. The clay conductor shakes his head. "No good, too much like the sky. You make your excuses. Speak to the clay conductor on board your engine to continue." 1,000 experience. Woof. Okay, let's speak to him on the ship. Ask the conductor why he was so rude. The meeting with the engraved mourner clearly did not go well. "He's defective, plain to hear. No wonder he lives surrounded by humans. If they only knew true clay music," the conductor grimaces. He directs your attention to a crumpled brochure. It's for Magdalen's House of Small Comfort in the Reach. "Any company the wary Skyfarer needs, we shall provide. Anyone you can think of. Those of a robbery persuasion, the company of the dead, even Clay Company." The conductor taps on the page. "We shall see. Can we?" Ah, okay. So now we have to go to Magdalen's for him. But this does seem like the perfect place for me to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And I apologise if there are any drops of quality in this video. I'm going to try and mess around with it after I've uploaded it. But as always, I'll see you next time.